Hey, wow, look at that. It just comes in and we're already on screen. I didn't even have to add us back. This is new. This is cool. We're back, folks. Welcome to NasCanucks, your NASCAR basically related coverage with a little sprinkling of other motorsports as we deem fit, but with a Canadian slant attitude. Stagger? Offset? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go with that. How you doing, bud?
Not bad. Just trying to all this silly season stuff that's happened this week or last.
Yeah, we go on hiatus when everything happened. Remember last show we did the show about nothing?
Yeah.
And then
I wish that was
because there was nothing going on, and then we take a bit of time off, and then everything happens.
Yeah.
Including seeing Martin Truex driving a Ford.
Yeah, it was generic, wasn't it?
Ford powered.
Yeah.
We got two people watching. Nice. I don't know who they are, but we have two people. Welcome. You and you. Both of you.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably both of us, right? We got it both playing on our phones.
No, I don't. That's the thing is I don't. I look at my phone because I see I just go on my Twitter on my phone. It's got all I read was I just got a full ride, and then but it's some other stupid person. They got a full ride academic scholarship. I'm like, yeah, who cares about you?
Yeah, we're not talking those kind of rides.
No.
Right. Hey, David is in the house.
But there has been a bunch of people in the last couple weeks have gotten full rides for the season.
Yes.
Some of them about frickin' time for at least one of the guys. That he deserved it forever.
Right.
And he's finally got it. So
well, let's jump in.
Okay. So let's go we'll talk about this guy first because I listening to the radio kind of on my way between shows here. One guy called in and said, Colic Racing, you look back just a couple years ago, they had Blake Cook driving for them, and then even Ryan Truex, and now look at them.
Right.
Holy cow.
Aren't they the powerhouse Xfinity Series team?
I'm thinking right behind Gibbs. They have to be. Yeah, they
I'd say more than Gibbs. Gibbs only fields a couple of cars now. They're fielding 4 on some weekends.
Yeah, so Colin
I'd say them and JR Motorsports.
Hendrick, yes. So
Hendrick Light.
Colleague Racing now they've got Justin Haley back from last year. He's signed again.
Nice.
Right. And then they added
Justin Haley, that's going to have that what's his name from the 98. Hey, Keith H. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so John,
the repeat of the Haas driver this year, that extra make them hungry and ornery year in Xfinity.
Yeah. So it's Justin, don't call him Cam from Calgary, Haley.
Right.
And I just talked about how he deserved it. He's been needed for a long time, and then the name just went. Mr. Jeb Burton. Right. Jeb Burton gets a full ride. Finally gets a full ride.
With calling? With calling?
Well, yeah, he's with Colleague.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And then they just announced just yesterday, Allmendinger full ride with Colleague. So there's the 3 drivers.
Look who graced us with her presence.
Yeah, at least she didn't get mad at me this time for going on air. But yeah, so that's those are 3 big drivers for them, right?
Right.
And
and then what? You got Dinger, maybe continuing doing what he's doing, and then they could bring in somebody else as a young gun part time.
Look at no, Dinger's full ride. He's full season.
Oh, okay. Mr. I retired.
So
didn't he retire?
Yeah. but you look at there's gonna be a bunch of road courses again. Right? So, I think he's probably got a score to settle with Allgaier, but yeah, it's so I think next to Gibbs, I think it's going to be a Burton battle at the top.
Yep, it's looking like it. Like I say, I think Chase Briscoe. That's what I was thinking. I think Haley's going to have that Chase Briscoe, assuming that Colin still does decent equipment, assuming that's there, because you got to have that to have a dominant season. It's got to be both driver and car. We know that. And I think in 10% car, 10% driver, both luck as well, right?
Yeah.
Because these guys, they're all good drivers. They're all decent equipment. But I'm thinking back to, a few years ago with Truex. Truex didn't all of a sudden learn how to drive one year and forget how to drive the next, compared to that 1 year where he won, 8 or 9 races. And first stage of every race of the season, I think he won.
Yeah. I think we even may have a couple of pictures of that day of that 600. Well, actually, that wasn't just a day. That was that was a weekend.
And here, I'm going to jump us out for a sec, just so folks can see the new backdrop we got for the NasCanucks show. Wait. Can we do it if we do it this way? Does that work? No, that didn't do anything. All right. Well, Here we go. Kick him out. Oh. Back, and then I'm back. I was going to describe it, then I realized they couldn't hear us, but that's a photo that I took in 2013 at the... What was then? No, was it Xfinity?
The 20 car on the outside there.
Yeah, on the outside, was in that pit.
Kyle. So you got Brian Vickers in the Dollar General 20, who you were in their pit area.
Yeah,
taking pictures and having the guy who's now vice president of sales for Joe Gibbs Racing, having him model for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, I was looking for new backdrops, and that was the day of days ever on all of our trips, because I'm pretty sure that was the day that started as the 3-hour tour that ended up with us on our first pit road.
That ended being like a 10-hour, where the hell are we at here? Yeah.
All I know is by the end of that day, I had a shit ton of good memories.
Maybe after our segment here of the silly season, maybe we'll go into that again, because it's been a while since we talked about it.
Yeah. And we could show some photos even.
Well, can we do that now?
Well, yeah. I'll just bring up Facebook on here and click through the photos.
I don't know how to do it. I've got the new birthday Chromebook here that I've got absolutely no idea how to use.
Well, and I found out if I upgraded on this StreamYard here, I can broadcast to more than one YouTube channel.
Oh.
So there we are.
So
thank you, sis. She shared this.
So that's the Xfinity stuff that I know about.
Just off top of heads, because honestly, folks, we didn't take notes. It's been a few weeks. I'm going to get my rant out of the way before I forget.
Oh, okay.
And this covers all forms of motorsports. Just like we heard in the last 20 years, we have to have safer barriers at every track. We can't have concrete walls. We can't have Armco barriers anywhere at race facilities, because luckily, if anyway, it's outside of our scope a bit, but Formula One, Grosjean, can't remember his first name. He had a wreck. What's that?
His wife's name is Marion. I seen that. She was come up on a Facebook thing.
Roman Grosjean.
That's it. See,
yes, I think it was the first lap of the race, got tagged a bit, and he started scooting off towards an Armco barrier that apparently, for what I could see, when he hit it with the car, the two Jersey barriers, whatever you want to call them, separated, allowed the car to pretty much make it through, but started skidding laterally as well, that then sliced the car in half, including the fuel cell, which then just drenched everything in race fuel, which is not your average gasoline, folks. So it went up like a cannon, and to the point where he was able to get out of the car, and he walked away, and somehow walked away from that where he should have passed away. I've seen people pass away from far lesser events, and usually when a car splits in half, the last time I saw an open wheel car split in half was Alex Zanardi. So that, or no, Robert Wickens too. His car split in half too.
Yeah.
And both of those guys aren't walking. So
yeah, no, not to make light of something serious, but if anyone just watched me, I wasn't trying to poop. This lid has been on this moonshine jar for 8 months. So I haven't been able to get it off. I just got it to twist off, and then the vapors just came up, and it was just
He was pulled out by one hand. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was pulled over the barrier. He got out on his own and was pulled over the barrier because it was a good chest high barrier that was very hot and yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's get rid of Armco barriers everywhere. There's no need for them. We've progressed past that. Tracks used to have them before concrete walls, and they realized that's stupid, and they put in the concrete walls.
Probably the reason for that there at that track is that was at one of the European tracks, was it not? Road course. So
yeah, but it's like those stupid walls that jut out for safety crews because it was a similar situation. It was an access for safety crews.
Yeah.
But we know look at Pocono, a 2.5 mile track, that the inside wall is nowhere near the race surface, and they could have 3 little openings over the course of a mile plus. A car's going to hit that area eventually.
Is that not what Sadler did? Didn't he hit that opening?
Yeah, Sadler hit one, real bad.
Did
Brad
Davey hit
Keselowski has found them at just about every track. Like, think how many cars Brad Keselowski has ripped in half.
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon, too, actually. Jeff Gordon always had a habit of finding those. He didn't crash often, that guy, but when he did, it was usually a doozy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, okay.
Yeah, exactly, sis. Unfortunately, that's the history of motorsports. Thankfully, we're not in our dad's generation where in the 60s, a third of the starting grid of the first Formula One race of the season didn't live to see the end of the season. A third of the field. So,
well, I'm going to say, I'm just remembering from family talks. I think your dad may have even had a touch of something go wrong with one of his partners.
Yes.
So, yeah. But yeah, so back to the silly season stuff.
How about let's see.
So there was the one where we weren't sure.
Is this the point in the show where I go, where's Ty Dillon? Where?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Anybody seen Ty Dillon?
Autographing your Daytona 500 hat. But so the one guy that we didn't know what was going on, John Hunter Nemechek walked away from his ride at I forget
front row.
That's it.
Which I've always had a soft spot for that team.
They could be called back row, though. It might be a bit better. But
well, yeah, but here's a guy that's decided to field 3 to 4 cars pretty much since day one. Clearly doesn't have the budget and the backing to do it. Mm-hmm. But God love him, he's trying.
Well, wasn't he the guy? Doesn't he also own a chain of restaurants?
Yes, he owns a chain of that umbrella corporate. That's why you see the Taco Bell, the Wendy's, the Burger King, because it's whatever company runs a lot of those. It would be like Scott's Foods here in Canada. For those who don't know, Scott's Foods for years ran all the KFCs, all the Wendy's, all Taco Bells. All
the same companies.
Yeah. So that's why, yeah. And I think he's got like 30 franchises or something like that.
Yeah.
That was
we both for about 8 months.
Yeah. And we are back. Well, I was going to use a picture from the man cave,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, memories. Anyway, he John Hunter Nemechek leaves there and we're like, what's up with that? Leaving a cup ride.
Right. And like I say, an okay cup ride. Because sometimes they put it, like on the super speedways, for some reason, although, we know cars are more equal, but their cars are even more equal.
Well, if David Gilliland can run up front in one of those front row cars, then
David Reagan,
I can. Reagan too. Gilliland drove for them too. So then it was announced that he then goes to KBM.
Yes.
Which I was
still a step backwards.
But he goes and even he said it. I'm not happy he went to that truck.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But even he said he's going from the thing where he's going to probably finish 20th each week to a ride where you should be lifting trophies every week.
Right.
Right. The thing that I'm not happy with is that puts Raphael Lessard out of a ride. That takes that Canadian out of that truck.
I know. Yeah. I told him he should have shown us more.
Yeah, he did have that win at Talladega, but then it becomes a win at Talladega. So it's
whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Show me another track, right? Because we can count a lot of drivers over the years that have one career win, and it's at Talladega.
So and like Raphael probably learned, people are saying, to John Hunter, you know what? The good thing about this is you're driving for Kyle Busch. The bad thing about this,
you're driving for Kyle Busch.
You're driving for Kyle Busch, and if you don't do what he thinks you should be doing in that truck, then you're then driving another truck at some point.
Right. Now, see, the thing is, the way I see it, it is definitely a big old step back. And I say that because he's already run Xfinity for Joe Gibbs. And that's generally your step 2 after KTM.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought John Henry Nemechek's run some Gibbs Xfinity cars.
No, I don't think so. I think he was running the politically incorrect, but I can't think of his name, Fat Boy's cars.
Ganassi?
Yeah, that's it. He's shorter and wider than me, so he can be called Fat Boy.
Well, he is kind of the Tom Arnold of auto racing.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. But
because both of them have a decent sense of humor at times. Speaking of, Ganassi is going back into Grand Am racing.
Oh yeah. Think he could take his whole program there?
Yeah, one could wish. Yeah, they're running Cadillacs.
Yeah. Then the other one is the 7 car for Spire Motorsports.
Oh yes.
Corey LaJoie goes into that seat.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And that's the one that used to be Tommy Baldwin Racing.
Yes.
Which I think Tommy's still involved.
Now, didn't Randy drive for him at one point in the 7? No.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. For some reason, I thought there was like a family connection there, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other news. I can't think of any other news. Just only other thing was, there is another driver. We talked about it. That is looking for a ride.
Thank you, sis.
What's it? I got to look at my phone. Look at the text I sent you.
That's okay. That works.
That's a long time ago.
Could have been.
It was like yesterday. We've texted a lot since then. Yeah, a guy come on. It's the guy to the IndyCar series.
Oh yeah, the guy who I'd never heard of.
Yeah, the guy he finished 12th in the IndyCar series.
Well, what did you do?
Fernando something or other.
Yeah, well, isn't there always a Fernando in the IndyCar series?
Oh yeah, here it is.
Yeah, and it's not Fernando Alonso either.
Fernando Verrucci.
Yeah, whoever he is.
So apparently he did drive F1 or F2, something like that before coming over to IndyCar. So
yeah, like most of the IndyCar paddock.
I'm going to rhyme off some of the stuff that he has done. Okay. And I think if there's a certain team in NASCAR adds a 4th car in their Cup Series,
Penske,
I think they have a spot for him because he would go along with 2 of the other 3 guys.
Penske.
I haven't even said it yet.
Well, it's obvious. There's only one team that has 2 assholes and one guy he's pretty cool.
Yeah, so apparently he's been...
Can we start... Remember those Free the 8 shirts? Can we do like a free Ryan Blaney?
Sure.
Bring him to Stuart Haas. Here's a cool team.
So here's the stuff that he's done to help him get himself relieved of his duties in the Formula One.
Right. Yes.
He took out a teammate during a cool down lap after a race. He basically he kind of speared him in the.
That's good when the cars are worth a good $100 million.
Put the nose into the side of his teammate's car.
Sure.
And this will be the same as what one of the Penske drivers has already done to us. He driving between the F1 and F2 paddocks with one hand on the wheel, his other hand without his driving glove on, and like this and on his phone with the other.
Probably on TikTok or something stupid.
Yeah.
Nothing cool like YouTube.
So, And then I think the final nail in that one was there was a court in Italy ordered him to repay the 500,000 euros back to the team he was driving for that he borrowed the money from and didn't pay back.
Well, there we are. So he's not a PhD. Papa has dough.
He would like to run the Bristol dirt race or the Roval because he thinks that those would be the easy races and that it'd be easy to win in NASCAR.
Yeah, sure.
Which then begged the question that people were asking was, and even Moody asked it, which open wheel guy has really excelled in NASCAR? Tony Stewart has now spent more time in NASCAR than he has in IndyCar. So
he was actually in the IRL for 2 seasons, maybe 3,
something like that.
It was very brief. The most successful former open wheeler from NASCAR, that'd be Jeff Gordon.
Oh, he's no AJ Foyt either.
No, but AJ never he was always a double dipper, right? AJ didn't do a whole lot of stock car stuff.
Mm-hmm. Gordon really didn't do any IndyCar stuff either.
No. Let me think. Yeah, actual IndyCar. Well, JPM. I guess, right?
But what did he do besides hit a jet dryer?
Yeah. Did he win the Brickyard?
No, he ran out of gas or had to change tires on the last lap.
Okay, I knew he was in the hunt, but and Ganassi's known for winning just the crown jewel races. So I'm like, did he win? A Southern 500, a Brickyard, something?
No, I think he only won one. Was a road course race, I believe.
Right? Sonoma, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and even you go through the list. You go through Marcus Ambrose.
Marcus was never an open wheel guy. He was a road course guy, but he was V8 supercar.
I guess, yeah.
But that was the thing. Most of the open wheelers, that whole open wheel invasion that started with Ken Schrader. That's right. Let's give Kenny some props. You went up as far as USAC, then you had to make that choice. Well, since the mid 80s, IndyCar, their paddock is a bunch of rejects from the formulas. And I say formulas because, you had a few ex-Formula 1 stars that come over. But for every ex-Formula 1 star like Nigel Mansell, or even let's call him Mario Andretti for that matter, you had 2 or 3 guys that were F2, maybe a back marker in F1 for a year or two. And then, they come over because it was lesser competition.
Yeah.
Not that the IndyCar series, it wasn't a slouch series, but you could run top 10, with a decent ride.
Someone did call in with the, Danica came over and did stuff. Well, no.
Not really. She competed.
The thing is, and Moody kind of stuck up for her a bit because there was that one race at Daytona, I believe, where everyone was like, where she crashed. She was going into the wall, and she kind of, I don't know, she did this here with her helmet or held onto her helmet, like she kind of tucked in.
Which is standard open wheel procedure.
Well, and everyone was like, well, see, she can't hold on to the race car. And Moody said, well, she was kind of basically saving her neck, right? Because she's going into the wall.
Yeah, watch every open wheel. When you realize you've lost an open wheel, you grab your straps because you don't want your arms flailing around outside the cockpit because that's how you snap your arms off.
How many guys have got broken their wrists or arms because, I got to hold on to that wheel. Truex did it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you drive, you don't curl your thumbs under the steering wheel when you drive. You rest your thumbs outside the wheel. Why? Because if you get hit, you don't want to shear off a thumb. Ken Schrader. But that was on the flywheel.
Yeah, I was going to say I wasn't with the steering wheel.
No, but it was on a wheel on a car.
Yes. And you actually even talked to her on the Dale Jr. download that he was on.
Right. That's why he can always give you 1.5 thumbs ups.
Yeah. So I think I'm
all right. So
see you next week.
No, we still got it. How about the next gen car?
Yes.
Okay. I want to bring out.
And there was more people talking about that today. And I one guy called in and I was like, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say the cool thing, the fact that when Kurt Busch took it out with 100 less horsepower and it was 3 seconds a lap faster on the Roval than the standard car, I'm like, that's awesome. Okay. There is a huge complaint about the next gen car, the sound. People were complaining, Doug, that it sounds like an IRL car, an early IRL car, right? From the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing, and I wish, see, unfortunately, the old man, his memory isn't what it used to be. He wouldn't remember, and we didn't talk at that time. But when the IRL came out, I remember when the split happened, in 96, when the IRLs came back, when they came back and they were running like Charlotte, like the clip they showed, the first thing I thought was, IRL cars sound like Winston Cup cars, but open wheel.
Hey, Ron's here.
What's up, Terry?
I am paying attention to you. I am just looking for something. Speaking of,
some people will say by the road course, by lapping at 3 seconds a lap faster, that's faster cornering speed, which doesn't lead to good racing. That's follow the leader, blah, blah, blah. A lot of it is better weight distribution, superior braking. Superior braking means we're going to see a lot more dive bombs. Like, if we could have a track, I don't know, like Watkins Glen, if Watkins Glen had the entry into turn 1 of Watkins Glen was like the entry into turn 1 at Pocono, we'd be seeing 10 wide people trying to outbrake each other. And I'm doing this, folks, because it is downhill into turn 1 at Watkins Glen. I think, I love the larger wheels with the single lug. Just makes sense because as we continue to, maybe we can get down to just having 3 to 4 guys going over the wall. We don't need that tire changer per se, because honestly, it's stupid as hell. Why do we have one tire carrier? Like, so one of the 2 tire changers has to carry a tire. It just doesn't make sense. And maybe we could also institute some air jacks at some point into these cars. The technology's there. Like, German touring cars have had it for 20 plus years. Indy cars had it since the 80s.
Well, you're going to get the purists say, "Oh, well, that's not a real stock." People.
Show me a single car built that comes with a floor jack. B, show me a single garage that if they're doing a tire change on your car, doesn't put your car up on a hoist to do it. Nobody uses these jacks.
Yeah.
Other than the shade tree mechanic.
Yeah. So I was trying to find it here. I couldn't find it. I know I sent it to you. Maybe I could have waited. I could have sent it, but Ryan Trix did ask his brother. I don't know if you remember. I sent that to you.
No.
Ryan texted his brother Martin, because Martin was with Kurt in that test at Charlotte. How did the new car drive? And like a typical brother response, Martin replied, like a race car.
Nice.
True.
I'm trying to think. Coilover shocks all the way around on the cars. Makes sense to me. Guess what? We got rid of the track bars, Doug. You know what's nice about getting rid of the track bars? They haven't been used on a production car since 1962.
Does that mean no more wrenches in the back window either?
No, you probably will still have a wrench in the back to adjust the spring tension on the coilovers. Or they also mentioned an adjustable compression. It has to be in the shocks and or springs, because it can't be the motor. I can't see them putting that kind of technology in. Like, other than having to run a spacer on your cylinder heads to make less compression. What else? It is going to be variable horsepower, though. We're seeing that now, right? We have a multi-horsepower package. Really, what do you say? I'm going to say we have 3 horsepower packages now, because we have the wide open. We got the restrictor plate for Daytona and Talladega, and then they have the tapered spacer, which is a restrictor plate that they run at the intermediate tracks or what have you. We're seeing a variety of spoilers. Big one, tall ones, short ones. We see that nowadays. Did you notice they got the old on the front spoiler? They got the little. It's like a wing on just on the edges. Little. I forget what they call it. It's got a name. I don't know what it is, but they're there. They look a little dumb. It's a little too Fast and Furious. same as the rear diffuser. As long as you just think, it's like a GT car. They've been using them on the Corvettes forever and a day. But I'm really digging this more, like that mechanical grip out back, stuff like that, so we can get the trim off the car so they can handle in dirty air.
Mm-hmm. So also with that, when you always get the new car, you get the people calling into the shows that I listen to saying, well, you know what, are they going to have the Toyotas look like Toyotas, Fords look like Fords, the Chevys look like Chevys?
Right? About as much as they do now.
One guy was complaining about it. Another guy called in and said, was that the dirt track watching the sprint cars? They all look the same. Some had like Ford logos, some had others. Jeez, I thought you were like frozen there for a second. I was like, he's not moving.
I'm enthralled. Well, no, go to a sprint car track. Can you tell the difference between a rocket chassis and a beast?
No.
Neither can I.
Or
Even if I look at it with the bodywork removed, Doug, I have a hard time spotting the difference because it's literally, this bar's here.
How about the F1 cars?
They all look different because they all look different, but they all look the same in respect because you can take 10 different paths. You're all going to come to that same point of awesomeness.
Yeah. And then the one guy that complained about it also said that to get Toyota out of the sport because it's not an American car. And then there was some other guy called in.
Which are the only ones built in the U.S.
Well, this other guy called in and said, Toyota's given my family a good living for the last 50 years.
Yeah, and it's not like they're the new kids in town. Like, they've been building cars in North America for damn near 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, there's more, because, and I'll say, because Honda looks like they're going to come in, there's more Honda and Toyota plants in North America than the big three combined.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say Toyota and Honda individually have more auto plants in North America.
Yep.
And we can say it because we know auto plants are big across Southern Ontario, and they're all shutting down.
Yeah. I did see something else just to go back on.
They win on Sunday and sell on Monday hasn't been relevant in 30 years anyways.
No, not at all. Not at all. Seeing something just going back to the silly season when I was going through the phone, Ryan Truex, because I talked about him, the full ride. You didn't get it the first time I sent you the photo because you had to follow. And in true Ryan Truex fashion, his tweet of his picture of the truck that he ran last year said, "Look at the grill." And when you look at the grill, it said, "Look at the driver." And then the driver said, there was all words there that said, "Look at the back tire." Then look at this part of the car. Look at that part of the car. Then it's like, look at the bottom left of the photo, and it said, "I'll be driving this truck full time in 2021."
Yeah, I gave up after the third step. I'm like, I don't do Where's Waldo. Just tell me, kid. Jeez. And that's why you have to park your bass boat at your brother's shop.
I think he parks everything at his brother's shop.
Yeah. Maybe if you didn't do tomfoolery like that on social media, you'd have your own shop.
We're still trying to get into that shop.
We'll get in there one day.
I think we got in.
We have in there to get in.
Yeah. But so that's that car's still like another year away.
Yeah, they pushed it back. It was going to debut in 2021. Now it's going to be 2022. I just say, just go for it. Let's not do the stupid thing like where we, kind of slowly brought in the COT. Where it was only intermediate tracks. So it's like, really? Although it kind of throws back to when the Chevy teams would run the Chevelle Laguna body in the mid 70s on the big tracks. And then you ran a Monte Carlo on the short tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Which you rarely saw the Montes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly, Keith. This 15 season, everyone still has the same complaint. Exactly. That's pretty much what it is. Looks like it's going to be some more adjustability in that new car. I'm looking forward to it because I like that leap in technology because NASCAR is famous for going leaps and bounds in one area and then archaic in another. And for me, it was the last couple of years, seeing this last gen car, like you probably noticed, I took a lot closer look at the showroom cars the last couple of trips, like especially Gibbs, where they were, because those Toyotas, they have all these little wings and little, like the nose is on them. I think I stared at that nose for half an hour because I'm like, it's not just smooth with decals. They actually, like, I was like, okay, they're doing shit again. I like that, they're playing.
And you got to have that close-up look at that too.
Well, and then once we got down onto the shop floor and I realized it's not all just made out of metal, how much composite body work is being used, carbon fiber and body panels. And I'm thinking, if we're doing that and they're complaining about, putting a rev limiter on a motor to keep the RPMs down, but you're okay with a carbon fiber fucking hood? And that's where, we can't go to fuel injection. It costs too much instead of a carburetor. Really? Really? Yeah.
Well, trying to think.
All the more reason to let the Japanese in there, Doug. They were the last ones to still use carburetors on their motors.
Oh, I know. There was some NASCAR news that came down this afternoon.
Ooh, breaking news. Sure.
You're not going to Daytona to watch the race live.
No, I'm not.
500.
Yep.
No, nobody is.
Right.
It's limited fans.
All right. You want something else to talk about?
I don't know.
The trucks aren't going back to Eldora.
Oh, yes, that's right. They're going to Knoxville.
That's right.
You know why?
Do I know why? Well,
I think I have a feeling of why.
Well, NASCAR and Tony Stewart, they, as much as they love each other at times, they butt heads at times. I heard it was because of Tony's team or series running at Eldora and the NASCAR sanctioning running out, which Tony didn't renew either. I don't blame him. Why should Tony have a NASCAR sanctioned dirt track when NASCAR runs on dirt once at that track?
So the Ray Everingham series is running there.
Right.
Is Tony with that? Is Tony with him?
Yeah, he's part owner in it.
Okay.
Because they keep calling it the Smoke Series.
Yeah. So they're running there. So they are then moving to, and I believe it is going to be in conjunction with the Knoxville Nationals.
Okay. Knoxville, which is just an historic, if not, it's more historic from open wheel, I'm going to say. Eldora was only known because they did a handful of big money races. But the same could be said for Knoxville. The same could be said for Terre Haute. The same could be said for a lot of tracks.
So they are now doing a double Kings Royal. One at the start of the season, one at the end of the season.
Nice.
For the World of Outlaws. And looking at the World of Outlaws schedule, there is no Oswego Speedway.
Surprise. Yeah.
But
expect them back in 2022.
There's a bunch of open spots. Well, what's his name? Your friend at Oswego.
My friend. My friend.
Because you get along with him.
You know him better than I do.
Because you get along with him so well.
Because I've loved him running through our pits so fast.
Yeah. So they, I think they're still having the issues with getting camping there because they lost the lease or whatever in the land. But they are putting up executive suites or private boxes.
Nice.
As well.
Because they're going to host a NASCAR race at some point.
Well, they were supposed to have a Pinty's race this year.
Well, see, that's the thing. But no, I'm talking an American series come up because if anyone's got the money to be able to do the infrastructure and not care about cost and stuff, it's our Native American brethren. Especially the ones that, they got a little bit of money coming in from a casino. They're selling cigarettes by the handfuls, tanks of cheap gas.
Yeah.
Possibly a pot store or two. We don't know. It's all fine.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on there, I think. Knoxville, amazing. I love that track. Long history. The one track that's allowed to keep Armco, because they do the Armco 10 feet high or something like that.
I was going to say,
that's a little different. Also, it has been confirmed the Truck Series will also be running the dirt race at Bristol.
Yeah, so they're doing 2 this year.
They're doing 2, yes. We don't know if Xfinity is going to be at Bristol, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Trying Trying to think here, other stuff.
Which, if you're going to have 2 dirt races in truck, shouldn't you at least have one in Xfinity too?
You would think so.
You know, it's unless they're trying to do the jack of all, learn your dirt and your short tracks in truck, learn all your road courses in Xfinity, because Xfinity's always had far more road courses, whether it be racing in Canada, Mexico.
But CTMP is back on the Truck Series schedule for next year, which is
interesting.
Good for us.
I'll see. I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, yeah, the border's gonna have to open up first.
Exactly.
But they are on the schedule. Speaking of series that run on dirt, as we know, the race at Homestead, race at Phoenix, was the last for Jamie Little with NBC.
Oh, really?
Yes. She will now become the voice of Fox Sports for the Arkham Menard series.
Like lead commentator?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Awesome.
I heard. Yeah,
that's awesome.
She's like
Jamie Little. I always like Jamie Little too. She's no nonsense, and she's been around for 20 years at this point.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I think prior to NBC, oh no, she was with NBC when they were first in, right? Like when they had Meathead doing the pre-race at the beginning of the show with his portable DVD player he pretended was a laptop.
Mm-hmm. But she kind of took over as the main kind of female with NASCAR when Krista Voda left. Kind of just recently being like the big kind of one, because Krista was I think
she's still around. She does the NBC. She does their version of Race Hub.
No, that's
NASCAR America.
That's Trotta that does that.
And Krista Voda's over there too. She's been doing some of the pre-race stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she hangs out with Kyle Petty. She's part of that group.
But I thought she was done.
Oh no, I saw her.
Maybe Jamie Little
done at the end of this year.
Maybe Jamie Little was still a Fox, and I got her mixed up with Krista Voda leaving. Because there's one from NBC that was on. So it'll be Krista Voda's leaving NBC.
And she's never called a race. She's only ever done kind of broadcasting, as in newscasting, the pre-race, behind a desk. Yeah. Or race day or stuff and I love Krista Voda. Don't get me wrong. I've had a crush on her for 20 years. She knows it. Probably not, but that's okay. She does now. She's watching. Hello, Chris.
Yeah. You that would lead to that one magical day where you probably loved everybody on that stage.
I did. Yes, I did.
But yeah, trying to think if there's anything else for us to talk about. We could just talk about that day again.
I'm just thinking off the top of my head. We covered that. We covered that. We covered that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just about everything, I think. Because anything else we covered in the last show, all the Larson stuff, because he had just kind of settled in there.
He still doesn't have a sponsor.
It'll be HendrickCars.com.
Probably.
Which is typical for the 5-car.
Yeah.
I can already see the paint scheme, that dark blue with yellow printing on it.
Yeah.
Hey, they might not even build a new car. They'll just wheel out one of the old ones.
Yeah. Dickhead in the 9 is still the champion. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, for another 11 and a half months.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked that the F1 season was still going. Because they have a shorter schedule. All of a sudden there's a race, and I'm like, what?
I thought Hamilton already won the series.
Well, he probably clinched it back in July. Has he not won a race this year? Or led a lap? I think he's led every lap and won every race.
You said, has he not won a race? I'm like, yeah, he's won every one of them.
Yeah.
But, he actually got knighted by the Queen.
Well, there we are.
That's so he's now Sir Lewis.
Nice. And we're not talking Little Richard.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure my sister got that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, so we got 15 minutes left here.
All right.
go the 3-hour tour when I had to drag you out of the trailer?
I was good. I was on my way to the bathhouse to go brush my teeth. I remember that much because I had my toothbrush sticking out of my pocket all day, and people were giving me weird looks.
Yeah. So
dude walking around with a toothbrush in his pocket.
So that morning, I actually, to tell you the truth, I want to say that I dragged you to get headsets. I think it was just to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You went to get the headsets already. And then when you came back, you had the deal that we had to go over to the other side to get the pit pass because you got the headsets.
Could have been. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I was like, so we start walking to go out to try and catch a ride in a golf cart to go out. We run into Sam Hornish, the Indy 500 winner.
Right.
And that's when you started that idiotic.
Yes, because we did the whole long walk around, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't actually get a ride over.
We had to walk by the driver's lot. You see Sam Hornish, and
true, Terry. If you slipped on ice, you didn't just fall in your driveway, but if you slip on ice in your driveway.
So as we're walking by the driver's coach lot, Sam Hornish is walking out, and Ben does the appropriate thing of, "Hey, an Indy 500 champion, can I get a high five?" And he looked perplexed, and because I think he was even going for the shake of the hand.
He was.
And okay, yeah. So then, yeah. So we get that. We walk out to get the. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Because we went out into the midway part.
Okay. And hang on. I'm gonna bring up you keep talking. I'm gonna bring up the gallery here because yes, we were going to get headsets, and that's when I took off on you because I was saying that's the first photo in the gallery.
Yeah. So I'm in the line to get headsets. I'm talking with Ben. Ben is right beside me. I turn around to look at the line where I'm walking, and all of a sudden Ben is gone. Apparently, Ben's seen Andy Petrie off in the distance as well.
Here we go. I found it.
And so Ben ran away from me, like a 12-year-old kid. That up. He runs away. We get the headsets.
Oh, hey, dude, we can start even earlier in this. Hang on here. Let me just figure this out here. Share screen.
We'll just wait here.
All right. I want a Chrome tab. What do I want? Facebook. That's it.
Just doing a tutorial on how to use StreamYard here.
There we go.
There we go.
So if I
I see. Hey, look, there's Sam Hornish. And
yeah.
Again, we're doing
so that's Sam.
That's Sam.
Even though that guy has no neck, that's not Ryan Newman.
Oh no, it's not Ryan Newman, no. But yeah. So
this is that's the garage area back there. Yeah. That's Hallowed Grand. We couldn't get in there.
Not at that point, no.
Notice the spotters are ready for nationwide practice.
Yeah.
And so I see this guy while we're standing in line.
Yeah, and Ben just takes off. Like, this is actually kind of fun now. Ben just takes off. And I'm like, I got no idea where he's at. And then it turns to next slide. That's Ben taking the picture. Do you have the other one too?
No.
Because I actually have a picture of Ben taking that picture.
Yes, you do.
Me standing in front of the bus. But yeah.
So then we found out when we got the headsets, we qualified for some pit passes.
Well, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
That was Marin's, wasn't it?
You're doing some other story. No, right. So we go across and we have our picture taken for a works thing for some lawn tools. And they ask if we want to take our picture. There's Ben with a hot rod for actually Old Smoky Moonshine.
That's right. This is the Old Smoky Moonshine with the DB special. That's why I'm showing that off.
Right there. That's that stuff. And this is right off the rails now. So
these may not be in order.
They're not in order at all. So before that, we get our picture taken. The woman says, "Here, take this card, go over there, get it scanned." And as I do, we win pit passes.
And I'm just going to point out also, you're still rocking the BlackBerry at this point.
I am too. Look at that. So that was then me. We then, after winning pit passes, we see we find Lucky Dog here, and there's Ben.
Apparently, I'm already wearing my radio headset. Oh, we were probably listening to practice in between walking around.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, and I'm doing the hang it loose thing. Oh, that's cool. All right.
Now there's Ben. As you can see, he's somewhere in between Mark Martin and.
Yeah, we're doing. Oh, there's Doug doing the same thing, full on tourist.
Yep.
Oh, look, they have one here for our vertically challenged Chase Elliott fans and such.
Yeah. Yep.
There's Gravedigger.
Yep.
Because why not?
This is just a riveting show right now,
isn't it? I'm not even paying attention to the chat.
There's UNOH car for University.
Northern Ohio.
That's it.
Who was also sponsoring Ty Dillon. I knew where he was that day.
We knew where Ty Dillon was that day. He's right there.
So this is NASCAR race day, getting ready to start.
So as we're walking around, we find out that
this is what they call the speed stage. That's Kyle Petty here and Rutledge Wood. And there she is, Krista Devota right there.
Krista Devota's right there. On the show that day happens to be Mr. Bobby Allison.
That's Krista saying hi to me.
Yeah, and it's all blurry. And
somebody's back there.
There's Daryl Waltrip's legs.
Yeah, look at the shoes.
Yeah. So there's that. So we get we're up and close. So there's Bobby.
Allison. Front row. Tim Bradley, owner of Vibraprint.ca, Vibraprint Online, our presenter, who owns that company. He was watching the show that day.
I actually had it on video. I was able to watch the video of it.
Yeah,
but
you can also see where I get my hairstyling cues from Kyle Petty.
Yep. So are you gonna move that one along, or
Hang on, I was taking a sip of beer. And we got Bobby Allison here as well.
Yep.
So them talking, and that might be Dale Inman there.
That would be Dale Inman on the show as well too.
Right. Cool. It was the Hall of Fame show.
It was. And as I'm thinking, I may know what the next
that hair, Doug. Isn't that wonderful?
More bad hair. We got to run into Mr. Danny Coker from Counting Cars, which then you talked about him coming to Belleville for a kart show.
Brighton,
that's it. Somewhere with a beat.
And the funny part was, by the time Danny and I were done talking, they were about ready to come back from commercial break. Danny was doing a segment on race day. Doug's pulling me, saying we got to get going. And Danny's assistant, Kevin, who you may see from the show as well, he's pulling Danny, going, come on, we got to go. And the two of them were like, yeah, but we're talking cars.
Yeah, but I had actually already set it up with Daryl Waltrip's guy who's driving, who said, if you get your cousin here, we can do a quick picture. Well,
I'm wearing an awful lot of beads and a sweet speed shirt. All right. Yep. I must have flashed somebody that day. Oh, look at who's coming.
See there. Yeah, there's Daryl. But he didn't have time. He had somewhere else to go.
This is me thinking, should I go say hi to Jeffrey Earnhardt?
Yep.
And it literally says here in the caption, I literally ran into Jeffrey in the garage area. Later.
You did. You actually, you went head to head. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't.
I'm not sure how that even made it through to get posted. Oh, it's a dog with a 3 on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. There's the guys from Duck Dynasty.
Yep.
Just randomly driving around. So we must have been headed back at this point, right?
We were headed back at this point, yes. See, there's
Oh, it's a Richie Shanahan sighting.
Yes.
All right, do we have any more? There's Ray Evernham. Speaking of Ray Evernham and Aaron Crocker.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, who were not dating at the time. Well, no, his wife, so I guess they were. That was public.
Actually, Amanda, I was with him. If you would have taken a picture a little to the right, you would have seen Booty Barker's rusted out Camaro.
Yes, it would be just to the left off camera here.
Yep.
Hey, there's me running into Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Yep.
And then we get into pre-race where we had scored the passes.
The pit passes, yep.
So we'll just show. So they're doing pre-race prep. We're right in there, folks. Cup practice wrapping up, hanging out on pit road. I'm in. Obviously, for these photos, we actually got to get into the pit stalls at this point.
Yeah, we were on the wall for this.
It's a good shot looking down into turn 1. Hey, we know that guy.
Yep.
And that was the thing. We both kind of just went our own ways that day.
Yeah, we split off. Yep.
Always thought that was a nice tire insert with the special support your troops because it was Memorial Day weekend. That would have been what, Harvick's car, I think, at that time.
Yes, the 33.
It's one of your guys.
Carl Edwards.
Keselowski. Doug in action. Like I said, we're just hanging it right there, right on pit wall. Yep. And you got to understand, folks, for lifelong race fans, this is beyond surreal, I'd say, right, Doug?
Oh, it was a day that you couldn't top that at all.
There's Victory Lane in the background there. They shot the front stretch. Jeez, that was what? Yeah, Mayor, I got a wicked sunburn that day, and I'm just looking at the heat coming off pit road there.
Yeah.
Look in the tool chest. So maybe we'll see Buddy you were talking about here, Doug.
Buddy I was talking about. Oh, yes, you probably will.
Gotta take shots, Earnhardt. That's how we get the gas over to the...
those things hurt when they hit you in the foot, too.
Oh, those things are not light.
Because those guys do not stop.
Nope. So here's the Xfinity cars coming out onto pit road.
Yep.
That would be Kyle Busch. See, yeah, okay, 84 degrees.
There is Austin Dillon.
Nice shot of Victory Lane.
No, Terry, it was actually Ben's buddy at this point.
What's that?
Terry said that I have buddies, but this was you.
Hey, look who I ran into. Herman the German.
Yeah.
Joe Nemechek, looking smiling as ever. I've never had a photo of him smiling. Elliott Sadler.
With Wyatt. There's Truex leaving.
Ty Dillon going, why is this guy about to ask me for an autograph? Casey Kane? Hey, the infamous photo, Doug.
Yes. This is when Ben was so freaking lazy that he actually took this picture sitting down with a Bojangles chicken sandwich in his other hand. And I was like, are you not going to freaking stand up to take the picture? And I look like that while Carl Edwards is...
He's saying something about me in this photo, I can tell.
Yeah.
All right, there's Jeff Gordon. And Alan Gustafson.
Yes, right. That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Elliott Sadler's pits, where all his friends and family showed up.
Yep. Did you ever get a picture of Dexter Stacy's pit from that day?
We'll see.
I think it was just his mom and some other dude on the pit.
Oh, Mike Massaro.
Yep.
One of my favorite pit reporters.
See, most of Ben's pictures like this, you actually have to look really close to see if there's like one person in the middle.
It's a cop. Trying to get a shot of Elliott Sadler. Turn 4, showing that banking. Mike Massaro. You know, it's interesting, the infatuation with pit reporters and stuff, eh, Doug?
Yeah.
So this is me trying to get into Elliott Sadler's pit. This is about as close as I could get. And when these happen, you just hit the shutter speed and just keep going. Checking tires after the stop. So this all fascinated me because I did tire tech stuff back in the day. So I'm hanging out here, obviously, in Kyle Busch's pit. We're trying to. Dave Burns?
Yes. I'm not going to say that there may have been a couple of female pit reporters that you didn't take pictures of. You just got all the guys.
Checking the scoreboard. Fuel man. One of Truex's boys helping out on obviously a different Gibbs team.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even know. I'm not even sure if it was that, because it looks like it's a really pretty basic pit box.
Yeah. To practice 5 on, 5 off. Like picture of Dave Burns. He was nice to me. This security guy was nice to me.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of those guys that yelled at you to get out of the way. So this is the guy you were talking about. Is it Doug?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of photos of him.
Yeah.
So he's the one that invited me into the actual pit stall. Otherwise, you're all hanging out like this. And that's Kyle Busch's pits across the way. So I thought I found a good spot here. See, Coach is there.
Coach is there.
Coach didn't say hi to me. Sit any place you can. This is when it was heating up, and I was just like, pictures like grab shade wherever you can. Somebody noticed me.
Yeah. Actually, then it became pose for Ben.
It kind of did. It kind of did.
Kind of did.
See,
And
this
then
was a nice shot because anybody coming back out of the garage after going in for repairs or anything was right there. Okay, so I did get a shot or two of Samantha Busch, possibly. I think I was in my artsy phase here, Doug.
I think you were.
Coming in for a pit stop.
And I think
so outside the pits.
Yeah, because I think that's when they were about to try and remove you, and that's when the guy pulled you back in.
Yes, it was after this pit stop. See, because you can tell I got a little closer here. And they turned out some decent shots there. So here, rear tire changer. Okay. Remember her? Joanna Lang?
Mm-hmm.
I can't make out who that is. Clean off pit road after the stop. Those cans are so bloody heavy, eh, Doug?
Yep.
And that's a big guy. He's like 6'4", 250. Checking more tires. Got the restart. See, there's our background. That's where I got it from.
Are we down to 0 viewers yet? Like, see there,
we got 4.
So actually, this picture was shown to this guy. I just forget his name now, and he's actually, I think it might be framed in his office.
Yeah, this was the photo, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that our friend Amy passed along. There we go.
Oh, you finally did.
Coming in for round 2?
I think I was just passing you by at this point.
Now he's posing.
Yeah.
Another artistic shot. And another. This must be getting near the end of the race because, remember everyone started filling in front of me?
Yeah.
Because I had the shot because, I think this is final pit stops. Well, they're glowing up more lug nuts. See, they're you can tell they're just drained at this point in the race, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Danny and Kevin. Kyle Busch just won, I think.
Yep.
So I took a picture of Samantha's butt, apparently. Some burnouts.
Now, do you have any of my pictures on there or just yours?
No, this is just my one album. But at this point, because I was fully into the pits, this is when Buddy pulled me over and I was back sitting on pit wall itself for these.
Yes, and I was away from you.
Yeah, that's why, like this photo, like as soon as people start filling in, it was just so close.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rowdy coming in. Yeah, that's about as close a shot as you're going to get.
I will say that I got closer.
Well, yeah, you're probably in victory lane.
I'm right. I'm in that enthrall of people.
There's Mike Bliss.
He doesn't look like he's in bliss.
JD Gibbs. Well, apparently we're into the portion of people who are no longer with us.
A good R.I.P. to him.
Yes. See, Joe, not smiling. That's about as close as I got to victory lane. You're probably right in there somewhere.
I'm in there. Yeah. Actually, I think I might be to your left.
Hey, Monica updated her name on here. She got married apparently. One of the nicest. She was what, Miss Sprint Cup for a number of years?
Yeah. Yep.
One of the nicest ladies, like when you talk like spokesmodel type person.
Yep.
Isn't that David Reagan's dad, Ken Reagan?
Oh, it could be, but that is you probably took. Looks like Robin Pemberton's got.
Yeah, that is Robert Pemberton, and that's either it's Logano's dad. It's one of the other.
It could be Logano's dad.
Hey, and then we're back in the infield, or at least I am. And folks, hey, there we go. There's the infamous Cooker.
Oh, another guy that we lost too soon.
Larry. Let's try and make that bigger. Yeah, unfortunately, we lost Larry.
Yep.
There's a good shot of the infamous smoker. Got to show that off because that's part of it. There we are.
And we're back, yeah.
But and then we'll go through your album. I can do that on another show. See, so we can talk about this again.
You could even went and looked at it now. I've got nothing else to do.
Well, we're an hour and 7 in.
Who cares? We can go 2.
Clear out the rest of the show.
We can go 2. Why not? What the hell?
Go 2? I do have some stuff to do, Doug.
I have nothing to do.
Oh, excuse me. Like eat, apparently.
Yeah.
What do we got here for comments? Doug has buddies? I know.
Yeah.
But then, then Amanda. Everyone's buddy, I bet.
I say, Amanda, should we not go to my pictures of that same race? Because mine are way better. I will just say.
Oh, now it goes full screen for me.
Oh.
Let's see. How do we get out of this? Go there.
That was much easier than trying to hold my phone up to my stupid camera.
Isn't it?
It is.
Was that 2016?
Could have been.
2015?
Could have been.
Jesus, you got like 150 photos in these.
I got tons.
Let's see, we went to Hendrick. Trying to scroll forward till I see a point in the day. Well, then again, we got to show off this one here.
More riveting Facebook.
All right, CSS. There's someone we want to get on the show.
Yes, that is probably one of the best guys.
Oh, I see. It won't let me go full screen when I'm doing the share screen thing.
Yeah.
All right. So he's got his pit pass. So I don't know if that's the same. All right, let's see. We'll just see if we can find that day here. No, this is a different year because you got Grace in here.
Okay, yeah, it is a different year.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, it wasn't that year. It was 2013.
Could have been.
Let's go back. Photos. Yeah, look at this. You get to see it all live.
There you go.
2030. Yeah, look at that. Same photo.
Same photo.
For the header.
Is it?
All right, well, we can skip those. Hey, there's another one. Our good buddy Sam.
Yep.
Hanging out on the front stretch of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Sam just seems to be enthralled that you have your arm around him.
They could snap him like a twig.
You could.
Well, yeah. So actually, if anyone in Canada here was watching the Lost Speedways, was a one. There's Ben taken out of the picture. He was at Hinchcliffe Speedway in Paris, New Jersey, where Sam grew up.
Okay, you got the better Kristavoda
I
shot.
dig it. Yeah.
And notice I like the photo. Imagine that.
I said my pictures are better.
Tony Stewart talking about trying to groom the track after
Yep.
I called out the track. We've talked about that on the show.
You'll see, I do have some of your pictures in there too.
I was going to say, yeah, a lot of these seem somewhat familiar here, Doug.
There is Wild Bill from.
Yeah, we'll start there.
Deadliest Catch.
Wild Bill from Deadliest Catch.
He is massive.
Justin Allgaier doing the same thing in 2013 he did in 2020.
Yep. Is that not the year that he drove through the where the Bojangles was? He made a wrong turn?
Yes. Austin Dillon. Brian Vickers. You should have yelled at, hey, my cousin's slacking in your pits.
Yeah. Well, that was way before the race.
Kyle Busch on the last lap. Elliott Sadler crying.
Vickers unsure.
Okay, yeah, you got a little better into victory lane.
There's Kyle there being interviewed. If you go to the next one,
Horny Mike and
more
Buddy
of the guys
left
from
after season one.
From season one.
That is Ed Dale.
Rick Dale.
Rick Dale. Danny Coker. Samantha Bush with her husband.
Yep.
Oh, you met Denny too. Look at that.
I did, yep.
Photo. I don't remember that. I must have taken the damn photo and I don't remember that.
Yep.
And that's the end of that.
Martin and Godwin.
Yeah. That's the end of that gallery.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got tons of. We can do this here at each show. We can go pick a year.
Yeah. And there's like us at a race shop.
Don't show the third picture.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
Yeah, we did pre-race cons. That's Trace Atkins.
Oh,
that was a good set.
That's the year we almost got killed.
Which year we almost got killed? That was the one where we crossed multiple train tracks.
Go right there, that picture right there. Oh, you moved it. They had the overhead camera, the rollback camera, and it fell just to our section next to us. Well, then maybe Keith, maybe next week's show we will show when Kyle did grace us with his presence.
I also have a Kyle Petty Hot Wheels car. Not the same Hot Wheels?
I can't see.
It says Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it does.
It's a charity ride across America in 1999. Also sponsored by Red Lobster.
So, yeah. There we are. Some fun stuff. Well, maybe we'll have to start doing this here.
We're down to 2 people watching again, so we're back to where we started. See that?
Yep. I say each week we go through one race that we were at, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, and it's funny. I post less photos with every trip.
So do I, because you take so much.
Well, and you spend more time just hanging rather than. Oh, I got it.
Each year you got that other photo. So maybe actually, you know what? Next week let's do Richard Petty.
Richard Petty.
Yeah.
Or Kyle Petty.
No, we'll do a little bit of.
You just want to show that photo of me wearing Richard's hat again.
No, we'll do a little driving. Richard Petty driving.
If you have that on your computer, you can do the share screen then, and we can show the video.
I have the drive.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
I have a little thumb drive.
Yes.
That I can.
I can't operate that from here.
But I can with the share screen.
Hopefully, yes.
I think I can.
I think you can. So
So
we're going to work on getting. I've got an idea for an intro video for us for this. I got an idea. Just
idea. We got a
in
lot
my
of
head.
we got a lot
Involves
of
some
ideas.
copyright infringement, but you know what? That wouldn't be the first time.
We've got a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Some not so good.
Most of them aren't. And that's
No.
fine. We've got some guests, hopefully, if they'll grace us with their presence.
We got to start setting that up.
We probably should. Yep. Probably should. Be a good idea. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. Enjoy some of the replays on Fox Racing.
About a little shout out. If anyone in here is watching in the North Carolina area and you would like to help out some kids in need, Cleve's Kids, we don't have anything to show you. We'll try and get something up here for next week. I know it'll be too close to Christmas then, but maybe we'll even look at doing something for next year.
Yep.
Friend of ours, Mike Cleavon, who we're going to hope to get on the show, does a lot of stuff to help kids in need at Christmas who don't have enough. He usually does he'll get like a warehouse and he will just fill it with like clothes and toys and everything. And his big fundraiser is usually
they usually cover a good 100 kids.
Yeah, or more. And he'll usually collect cans at the race. He has big events at his house in his backyard. And with COVID, he wasn't able to do any of that this year. So, or even he's not even able to get them anything. So he's been doing some gift cards to people. So if you are watching and you want to help out in any way, couple dollars, it doesn't really matter. Just leave a comment. I know most of you probably haven't not gonna be watching right till the end here, but we'll try and get it a little quicker next week, and just to we'll let you know how to get in contact with Mike to help out some kids in need.
Dang it! And his website's no longer available.
No,
used to be cleepskids.com, but that doesn't work anymore. I just did a quick search.
Yep.
And and that led his charity work led to me doing a series of charity shows myself with one of the bands I was with. And when we were thinking, what do we want to do? I said, let's do it at holiday time and let's get some clothing for kids. And so thanks, Mike, for putting that into my head years and years ago. So, yes. And every time you win the NASCAR pool in our group of friends, you always make a donation to the Cleves Kids.
You're guilted.
Yeah, that they give Trent the money to hold for you until you pay.
Yeah.
So there we are.
Almost 120.
Yeah,
it could be our longest show.
It could be. Well, we missed some time, so we made up for it. There we are. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you're watching on replay. Any topic you'd like to hear discussed on the show, we'll try to get to it next week. He's Doug. I'm Ben. We're NasCanucks.
One last thing, because I know she's probably watching to the end. Friend of the show's husband, Coach Jamie. Congrats on the full-time gig. Just got the message now.
Nice. Cool. Congrats, Jamie.
Congrats, Jamie, on the head coach gig. And
awesome. So as always, keep it high, wide, and